Hi everybody, my name is Jessica. My pronouns are she and her, and today we're going to move through a fairly quick sequence to really get your heart pumping, your blood moving. I like to move really quickly, really fast and quick whenever I feel stuck in a mood, like anxiety, depression, just the sads, mourning. Anything where I kind of feel stuck and down, I feel like moving quickly really helps to kind of shake up the perspective and help you feel a lot different in your headspace. So that's what we're going to work on today. We're going to need a couple blocks, totally optional, and maybe a blanket for sitting on or comfort at the end during our final Savasana. And we will get started standing on our mat today. So find a comfortable stance, really get grounded and rooted down through your feet. Find a solid foundation. Maybe bring your awareness to the soles of the feet and notice if all of the weight's in the heels, or maybe all of the weight is forward, or maybe on the outside of the feet or the inside. Just notice how you're holding yourself on your feet today. Close the eyes, roll the shoulders back, and see if you can kind of equalize or stabilize the way you're holding your weight today. And so that might involve like firing up the thighs, spreading the feet out a little bit. Just take a moment and get into it and find some awareness. Take just a few breaths here to get ourselves worked into the practice. So when you're ready on the next inhale, take it in deeper. Maybe hands to the body. Finding a softness at the top of the inhalation, rounding through the belly. And then on the exhale, think of gravity pulling you deeper into the soles of the feet. A couple more breaths like this. Two more breaths with heavy sigh. Drop the hands down to the sides. Blink the eyes open if they're not already there. On the next inhale, we're going to bend through the knees and bring the arms up for upward salute. Exhale. Use momentum. Exhale it out. Inhale, lift. Exhale. A few more times. Inhale. Dropping your head on the exhale. Sitting back into the thighs on the exhale. Last one. Find a fold here. Hands down to the ground. Hang out here for another breath or two. It's really letting the hands come down to whatever is comfortable. Sinking the head down to the ground. Inhale to halfway lift. Lengthen through the spine. Gaze is down. Sits bones go back. Exhale, fold. And here we're going to walk the hands out and the feet back, finding a down dog. Taking a moment here. Checking in with the body. Letting the heels come a little closer down to the ground if that feels good. Inhale, shift forward for high plank. Drop the knees to hover. Exhale, press back to down dog. We'll find that just a couple more times. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, drop the knees to hover. Down dog. Let's find that two more times. Engaging the core. Drop the knees to hover. Sits bones come up. One more time. Roll through the ball of the foot. Shake out the neck and the head. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, walk the hands to the feet. Or the feet to the hands. Swaying out here for just a few breaths. Let the head be heavy. Allow the body to rest on tops of the thighs if that feels good. Halfway lift. On the inhale, find the length in the spine. Exhale, melt down. Inhale, upward salute. Bend through the knees. Press up through the thighs and the heels. Exhale, hands to heart center here. Let's step through to the front of the mat. Inhale, step back with the right foot. Come to the ball of the foot. We're going to find a lunge here. So taking your time, hands might come to the waist here. Back leg is strong. It can be bent as well. Hands to the waist or extend up towards the sky. Really sitting into that front thigh. One more breath here. And then exhale, we're going to bring hands to heart center and we're going to find a twist. So opposite elbow comes to opposite knee. Strong through the feet. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, step forward, shake it out. Next inhale, we'll take the lunge on the left side. So left foot steps back. Take your time here. Ball of the foot comes to the ground. Get nice and stable. Sit into that front thigh. Hands come to the waist to start here. Pull the shoulders back, chest comes forward. And maybe lift the arms up. Hands to heart center. And then we'll twist to the other side here. One more breath. Exhale, hands come down to the mat and we're going to find our down dog here. So take your time stepping back here. And you can always use blocks under the hands if the wrists are sore or need a little extra support. Blocks in down dog always take some of the tension and weight pressure out of the wrists. Pedaling it out here. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Exhale, step forward. Forward fold. Hold it here for a breath. Inhale to halfway lift. Lengthen through the spine. Really send the hips back. Exhale, melt. Inhale, lift all the way up. Bend through the knees, reaching for the sky. Maybe a back bend here. And exhale, forward fold. Hands to the ground. Let's walk it out. Downward dog once again. Taking just a few more breaths here. Pressing the weight back towards the heels. Shaking out the neck and the head. Inhale, look forward. Exhale. Find your forward fold. Inhale, lifting all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Stepping to the front of the mat if you're not already there. Inhale, we're going to step back with the right foot for warrior two. So taking your time, nice wide stance, bend through the front knee. Arms come out, reaching the fingertips away from each other. Inhale, humble warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, triangle pose. So we're going to straighten that front leg and bring the hand down. Back leg stays the same. And inhale, warrior two. Hands to the waist, and we're going to pivot to the other side. So take your time. Front foot becomes back foot. Back foot becomes front foot. Reach the arms out, warrior two. Inhale, humble warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. And then we'll find our triangle pose here. Again, you can use a block under the hand. Hand can come to the ankle or the shin or to the ground. Lots of options here. Think of somebody having a string attached to this top hip and pulling it out. Lengthen through that front leg. Next inhale, warrior two. Press into that front heel. Exhale, hands to the waist here. Pivot the toes forward and step the feet in just a little bit. Still wide, but not as wide maybe. And we're just gonna move through half lunge. I'm gonna grab my blocks for these. You can use blocks or bring the hands down to the ground. And we're going to bend into the right knee, right hip, or whichever side you'd like. Extend the opposite foot. Lift up. Find this on the other side. Moving at your own pace, side to side. Taking your blocks with you as you move. One more. Oh, very good. Come to center here. Wide leg forward fold. Bring the head down. Bend into the knees if you need it. Come into that breath. One more breath here. And then on the next inhale, start to lift yourself up. Maybe wiggle the hips from side to side. And hop the feet together or step them together. Inhale, arms out nice and wide. Up to the sky. And exhale, hands at heart center. We're going to step to the front of the mat once again. Taking your time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lifting the arms up. Exhale, hands at heart center. Tune into the heartbeat. Taking a moment here, this would be a great time to pause and take a water break. Grab your towel if you need to. Just take a beat and then we'll get right back into it. And we'll start again at the top of the mat. Inhaling the arms up. Exhaling, folding again. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, melt down. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, release the hands down. Next, inhale, warrior two once again. Right foot steps back, reaching the arms out. Reach forward. Reach back. Reach forward. Reach back, using the torso here, staying bent in that front leg. Coming back to center. Inhale, straighten that front leg, reach the hands up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale. Maybe the gaze comes up. Exhale, warrior two. And then on the next inhale, we're going to bring our left hand down to the mat and pivot to the ball of the back foot. So you can use your props here if you'd like. Take your time. Reaching the arm up here. And then we'll walk our hands to the other side, pivoting on the feet. Coming up here, finding our warrior two once again. Reaching forward, reaching back, reaching forward, reaching back. A few more times. And feet are rooted down, grounded down, nice and strong. Coming back to center. Inhale, straighten that front leg, reach up. Exhale, settle down. Couple more times. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, sink back down. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, sink back down to your warrior two. We're going to come into that twisted lunge here. So make some room on your mat if you need to. Reaching down to your proper to the ground. Pivot onto the back ball of the foot. Reach the arms up. Hand comes down to the mat and step back for a down dog carefully. Again, sending the heels down a little bit closer to the ground if you can. Maybe step the feet in a little closer and swivel from side to side. So one hip down, the other hip down. Or you can just find stillness. You can even find a child's pose here if you're over the down dog. If you're holding this down dog, we're just going to take 3 more breaths. Pressing the weight back into the heels, relaxing the head. And then on the inhale, shifting the weight forward, finding a high plank, lowering down to the knees, nice and gently. And we're going to find our child's pose here. So let's take the knees nice and wide, send the hips back towards the heels, and we're going to extend the arms forward, bringing the head down to the ground. Tuning into the way your body feels after we've warmed up just a little bit. And if you are dealing with any of the heavy emotions that I mentioned at the beginning of class, check in with them. Notice if they've lightened a little bit. They're probably still there. But maybe they're a little lighter. Maybe the load feels a little bit less. Sometimes when we move our body or just find that awareness of what's going on with us, just by acknowledging it and making the conscious decision to kind of shift our train of thought, we can kind of ease the burden of those heavy emotions just a little bit. It's constant work. But the effort is, and the fact that you are trying, you are doing your best. And at any given point, that's all we can ask for. One more deep, slow breath here. Expanding the rib cage through the back. Exhale, let it go. Next inhale, start to lift yourself up here. And we're just going to come to a little seat. We come to a bound angle. Bada Ukatasana. So we'll sit up. I'm going to bring a blanket under my seat here. And we'll bring the soles of our feet together to touch and allow the knees to fall out. So in this posture, if you have any tension in your knees, you can always bring rolled up blankets or small pillows or blocks if you have them right under your thighs like this, just to give your knees a little support if you feel any pinching or pulling here. So find what works for you today. And soles of feet are together. Of course, if this feels super intense in the hip flexors, slide your feet a little further away from you. And you can grab onto the feet or to the ankles, whatever's there for you. We want to sit up tall. Spine is super long, chin is tucked. I'm going to take a breath right here. Just kind of acclimating to the sensation in the hips. And on the exhale, keeping the spine nice and long as you can without hunching over, we're going to use our feet or our ankles to help pull the chest down. Maybe the elbows rest in the knees and help press them out. Keep that awareness in your spine, working to keep it as long as possible. And if you are abundant in the middle body, it might be helpful to kind of shimmy your body around a little bit here. Don't be afraid to make the space wherever you need it. And we'll just take a few more breaths here. Allowing gravity to do most of this work as you kind of soften into the stretch here. As your body gets used to this, you don't always have to work so hard. Really think about the way your sits bones are connecting and grounding themselves through the surface you're on. Releasing into that area, surrendering your body, noticing if there's any place you're holding on tightly, you're squeezing any muscle group, just let it go. Give yourself the space and the permission and the awareness. And last breath here. Start to pull yourself up here. With your hands, maybe pull your knees together nice and gently. Extend the legs. Maybe hands come behind you. And just shake out the knees a little bit, kind of let them kick up, releasing any tension they've picked up in that stretch. And from here, we're going to find our way down to our Savasana. So taking your time, finding a comfortable seat or a comfortable position laying down. And if it feels really good and easy to be flat on your back, lay flat. If you need a little extra support, maybe the knees are bent. You can even walk the feet really wide apart and let the knees fall in together. Arms can be out. Whatever position, whatever resting position feels super comfortable for you is your Savasana today. Close the eyes here and start to allow the breath to return to a natural and normal pace. There really isn't any need to prolong the breath or extend it or breathe deeply. But you might find that after this practice, after moving around a little bit, it feels natural to breathe deeply because we've been practicing that. So whatever it is, just let it be natural. And we'll start to scan the body really briefly, starting at the crown of the head. It's bringing your awareness to the top of the head, to the back of the head, to the neck, to the forehead. Allow them to relax and loosen. Around to the forehead and the eyes. Allow the eyes to be still, to soften. Lids closed tightly over them, protecting them. Just allowing them to relax. Relaxing the expression on the face. Imagine your cheeks and your lips almost melting off of your face. Completely relaxed, completely content. Relax the throat area, the front of the chest, the tops of the shoulders. Allow the shoulder blades to soften and just melt right into the mat. Forearms, elbows, triceps, biceps, wrists, palms, backs of the hands and fingers are all soft like honey on a warm day. Allow the tongue to drop to the bottom of the mouth to just rest. And feel that release of tension all the way down the throat, down the chest, into the pit of the belly. Softening the entire torso, the lower back, the mid-back. And with your next inhale, draw that sensation past the belly to the tops of the thighs, to the hamstrings, past the knees, to the tops of the shins, to the calves, down the ankles, and finally to the feet, the soles of the feet, the tops of the feet, and each toe. Allow your body to be supported, to be carried and held. Release the grip you have on your body. Release the grip you have on your mind. And when the emotion, the feelings, life gets heavy and you feel like you're drowning or stuck, know that you can come to this practice, you can come to this breath to help push some of that feeling, that energy out of you when it becomes too much. This concludes our practice today. You can choose to extend your Savasana if you'd like. And thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time on the mat.